What's up, y'all? It's your boy Eric Flo. You know what I'm saying? We live from downtown Manhattan, cooling, working, cause here I am on here rocking with y'all, and I'm doing some Uber vibes for me now. I want to talk about how Gotham City is a city full of downloads, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, how I be moving, like, see, I'm so spiritually in tune. It's to the point where all I gotta do is make eye contact with you and I'm getting downloads, bro. I feel like Ghost Rider or something. Like, it's to the point where, like, what's great is that you get a better perspective of who you were. Listen to what I'm about to say. I just gotta download this now for y'all. You get a better perspective of who you were at a low vibration when you looking at other lower vibrational men. If you a guy and women. Let's say, for example, you a woman that used to be, you know, like nasty. You know, used to just like not care. Used to just do what she wanted to do with men, right? As you start to raise your consciousness and be more tapped in, what's going to happen is that when you peeping other women that's moving like that, it's going to give you a better idea of who you was in that moment. Because, see, since you was at a low vibration, you was blind to how you really looked, because you was consumed by thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you thought were yours, but you was just really initially at a low vibration. Which, being at a low vibration comes with certain things that body snatch your consciousness and you feel like you need, you know, like it goes deep. For example, right, you could be a guy that was in the streets. You get out the streets, you don't really maybe know essentially how or what type of image that you presented, right? So you may come across a street dude, but now that you are conscious enough, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. Now that you are conscious enough to see past the streets and how it's not for you and why it's not good to want to live that lifestyle, what's then initially going to happen is that you're going to see people that live that lifestyle and you're going to get downloads about yourself. See, to an extent, we are all connected to an extent, because to the extent of that, once you tap in and you getting certain downloads, you'll realize that you'll be getting downloads straight from other people, right? Because what happens, how do you get these downloads, right? How do I even notice? See, what started happening with me is that my intuition started getting sharper. So now, all it took for me to do was to get around people that had a low vibration, have low vibrational thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Because my consciousness is raised, when I get around those people and my intuition is filling them people out, like, because the pheromones that's coming off of them, right? It goes even deeper. We all have pheromones that come off of us that let us know about each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how we, you know, it's particles and hormones that come out of your pores that we can sense, kind of like how wind, you can't see it, right? But when you can feel it, that's what pheromones are. And pheromones, when it comes to men, we pick up on other men's pheromones on like an animalistic level, of like on some animal kingdom type of level of like, okay, if I'm out here with my woman, who around in my vicinity is somebody that I may have to defend me and my woman from? Okay, look, my intuition shows me it's a homeless guy walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the guy, my intuition that told me that I gotta be careful around this guy, because when he see my girl, he might lose himself. He might be attracted to her. He might do something disrespectful. So now let me get my spirit ready for this so that I can protect my woman, right? And it goes deep. It's like, for example, right? You could have been living a certain type of lifestyle that you also added logic to help you live this lifestyle. You thought you had all of the answers living this lifestyle. But then you realize as you raised your consciousness that you did not. So now when you raise your consciousness and you living better, you living different. Now when you see people that was doing the same thing that you was doing, trying to add logic to a BS lifestyle, you will be able to then see, for example, how blind you were, how delusional you were, how hard-headed you were, how scared you were. Because you'll be able to look at those people that don't have access to the downloads that you have, and you know all it would take for you to do is give them that access to it, and they would immediately get defensive. Just like you would have got defensive. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it go deep. Like, it go deep, bro. Like, just know though, like Gotham City, I be out here, bro. I be getting downloads from just being around people. I be getting downloads from, like, you know, as you start to raise your consciousness, you'll start to, you know, you'll have a lot of confusion about maybe how certain women move out here, why they move like this, why they move like that. Now, when you raise your consciousness, you'll be able to look at certain women that move a certain way, and you'll have a better understanding of where her mentality is at. Why? Because us as men, especially if you don't have a mate, you're always looking to mate, right? This is why they created something like the site, so that they can take away our power. Like, they can take away our mating power, right? So now we have these weird delusions where, you know, we give, you know, we be with the wrong women. We with women for the wrong reasons, right? Or we have no self-control to the point where you got men on these websites commenting and trying to validate these women and trying to, you know, get in tune with these women. And but yet this is a woman that's for everybody. She's on a site for everybody. But yet you delusional enough to think that you'll stand out with somebody like that. Like, it just makes, you know, the barriers that they created for men to bump into and bump their head on was made so that we don't have the proper logic to move like a real man. And see, they thought, the elites thought, that all it would take is to do that. Because they're like, okay, even if this person does come onto the knowledge, once he realizes that he was moving his entire life this way, most people is not going to be willing to take the steps and the precautions necessary in order to move right now, because they maybe spend so much of their life moving a wrong way. And what do they call that? The midlife crisis. See, what happens is when you get to a certain age and you live life long enough and you done been around and you done seen different people, getting downloads from different people. Because even when you at a low vibration, just you being around people, you can get downloads. Right? That's why they say watch who you around. Because you can get inspired in the wrong way and in the right way by the wrong people or the right kind of people. You know what I'm saying? So let all of that sink in. Let all of that sink in. You know what I'm saying? See, they trying to distract me, but it is what it is. Dude is butt naked over there. You saw him? Like, you know what I'm saying? New York is really Gotham, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen some dude walking around here, and he known for this. I be seeing him all the time. He got a clown mask. This is, yo, it's literally like the Batman movie out here. Dude walking around with a clown mask. He got no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And he got some little weird little spandex on like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's sagging his pants. You can see he got like some little like weird spandex thong on. And he walk around looking like a Gotham City boss that you got to beat up in the game of Batman or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? He walk around with a big old stereo and he just walk around staring at people with a clown mask on. Like, it's really like that out here. But word, I just know that I've been getting so many downloads being around people, like, even to the extent of, like, you'll be around, you know, it's like, what I love about Gotham City is that whatever answers that I need from the universe, as long as I put it out into the universe, eventually I'm gonna run into somebody that's gonna give me the exact answer that I needed. All I gotta do is look at you, living that way. Right? For example, if I've ever had any questions about why do men allow women to, you know, be not faithful in marriage, but yet he still will take her back. Then I might meet a dude that is gonna reflect and be the type of guy that actually lives that life. Because Gotham City, you have so much access to people, which means I got so much access to downloads, right? So now I see the guy that's like that, and then I can read him. Now it's gonna tap in with my brain that, oh, this is related to what I asked for. It's gonna correlate. They trying to distract me from these messages. It's not happening. Fire truck coming, they beeping all over the place, and I'm putting out these messages. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to the point where you're gonna see that it's gonna correlate with the download, and you're gonna be like, oh, now I know why dudes be out here moving like that. Maybe it's because, you know, he's not confident in himself sexually because he's not big enough. Maybe it's because he lacked motivation to want to get fit and take care of himself. Maybe he lacked motivation in, wow, like, you hear all of that? What is going on? What's going on? I'm trying to put these messages out, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm really in the Matrix, bro. Like, Gotham City is the Matrix spoon. For real. Like, I've been, like I said, bro, I be walking through this mug, getting downloads, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how I knew that I wasn't the only one that go through what I go through in my house, not getting proper love from my loved ones? You know what let me know that? I was getting downloads, seeing other dudes that live a street life, and I start not seeing them as like, you know, crash dummies no more. I started seeing them as like wounded soldiers that grew up in households that they wasn't raised properly in. Like, you know how at one point in your life when you were a kid, you know, you looking at people, let's say from the street in one way, to the point where you might idolize people like, no disrespect, like Chief Keef, people like that. Then when you get older, you 30 or something, that's why they call it a midlife crisis, because now you start looking at life from a totally different perspective. Now you're not looking at Chief Keef how you used to look at him. Now you looking at him like, yo, that type of way of living is not a way that I want to be living. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a temporary lifestyle, the lifestyle that people like him promote, people like other drill rappers promote. That is not longevity. So then that'll give you another download that will let you know that most people don't have a longevity mindset because people live in lack. Why do people live in lack? Let's go back to SR No Fab. People live in lack because they lack life force. Boom. It go that deep. Because now the more life force that you have within you, yo, bro, we gain, if I'm not mistaken, we gain like 100 million sperm cells every week. So I just want to say this, and I'm going to speak more on this. If you are relapsing under 30 days, do not beat yourself up. How you going to go from doing it whenever you want to do it to the point where now you done racked up 100 million in 7 days? Yo, bro, it's okay, bro. It makes sense, don't it? It makes sense, don't it? It do. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, you know, just like even walking through Times Square, bro, like, you'll see like people dressed up as like, little, like they try to treat Times Square like it's Disney World or something. They had people dressed up as like Batman and like different, you know, cartoon characters, Spider-Man, Iron Man. And, you know, when you young walking through, you like, wow, like it's so much. But then as you get older, you like, look at that little Mexican dude putting on that Transformer costume. What is going on out here? Like, you get to the point where, like, I'm at the age now where I do not take New York serious. I do not take New York serious. But I remember I used to be like, wow, like I want to get to the point in my life where I could just, you know, be in Times Square and be living my life and like going to this store, be able to afford to buy this and buy that. I remember when they had Toys R Us when I was a kid. I'm like, yo, I can't wait till I could just go in Toys R Us and just buy as much stuff as I want, then go to the candy section and buy all of the candy, then go have nice clothes, and you know what I'm saying? Now I'm at the point where I don't care how many times I wear the same outfit walking through New York City, Times Square. I still be walking past people with their girl, and their girls be looking at me, giving me choosing signals. I get choosing signals from mad women, bro. I'm not even trying to brag, bro. But it's not because of the clothes. I used to think that clothes made you, bro, because I ain't believe in the spiritual. But now that I believe in the spiritual, I don't care about what I got on, bro. I don't care what people's perception of me is, because now I know that people just be projecting their own energy onto other people. That's it. You'll meet good people in this world. Why? Because they are a good person within themselves, in their spirit. You'll meet bad people in this world. Why? Because those bad people are bad within their own spirit. It's just projection, right? Just like I could whoop past somebody. It's this simple. I could whoop past somebody, be like, hey, how you doing? He might be like, and then he might wait till I get him, like, I don't even know him. Like, why you talking to me? Like stop talking to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then, you know, you'll walk past somebody else and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? He'll be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Have a good day. You know what I'm saying? And then he might even start a conversation with you. I done randomly been on a train, been around people with bad energies, ice grilling, going crazy. Then I'll meet some random dude. I'm sitting minding my business. He's like, hey, man. He's like, I just want to tell you something about something. You say you got the side, you said? Nah, I'm straight, bro. Huh? You talking about basketball? Yeah, I be playing ball this year. Yeah, for me. Safety, though. I mean, yeah, yo, bro. I don't know why, yo, bro. It be dudes. I already mentioned this, but like Times Square is really no different from the hood, bro. Matter of fact, Times Square got more fiends than anywhere in New York. Like, let's talk about it. Times Square got more fiends, more crazy, wild people that you'll ever see in any hood that you go through, all through New York City. But yet, it's a million people out here. But then you got people that's afraid of poverty or even like maybe racist to an extent. But Times Square is probably the most dangerous part of New York, because it's everything going on out here. Everything. Like, word, bro. Like, I ain't even trying to make this video too long, but I like making long videos because I like throwing ads in them. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. You saw that ad just now? Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just know though, just because you don't live in a big city, watch this on your spiritual journey. You're going to meditate, clean your diet, drink water every day, do what the majority of the world is not doing. Then what's going to happen is that when you see people that resonate with a lifestyle that you used to live, you're going to be able to steal downloads from them that will help you with your own consciousness. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to go too much deeper on that. I'm going to leave it at that. But that's how it's going to start for you. And I'm going to be out with that. Flow family, salute, flow out. Me continue doing my thing in Gotham City. Salute.